Good evening. How is everyone? We are watching some more boxing. This is the third live stream of the day. First one was my workout. Second one was Ajit Kabel versus Damian Niba, which ended rather quickly. So that was a rather short stream. And now I wanted to check out Subriel MATIAS versus Dalton Smith. And I'm hoping that a lot of our boxing fans from the UK will tune in to see how Dalton Smith fares in his bid for the WBC 140-pound strap. That's the WBC calls that the super lightweight. Other organizations will call it junior welterweight, but either way, it turns out to be 140 pounds. So right now, it's still the undercard. Currently in the ring at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, is Emmanuel Rodriguez from Puerto Rico. He is fighting Fernando Diaz, who fights out of the U.S. And at the moment, Rodriguez has Manny Rodriguez. He had him stuck in the corner there. He's starting to unload. Manny Rodriguez is the longer, lankier fighter in this matchup. And just as I say that, Diaz pops Manny's head back with a nice jab. But it's Manny that's pressing forward. We have a minute left here in the fifth round, scheduled for 10. Both men a bit more cautious now, looking to land their jabs. Both men with upper body movement, shifting a little bit. Both men are loading up on very hard single jabs, and just then Diaz comes in with a nice short left uppercut right hand. Very nicely placed. And the lead right hand. Oh, nice exchange just at the 10-second warning. And right at the bell. Not a bad round for Fernando Diaz. Now, to note, the promoter for this card, and I'm somewhat surprised at this because I've not heard of him before. The promoter is Juan Ivan Orengo. Never heard of him. Typically, you don't see smaller promoters being able to pull off a card in New York City, with especially when dealing with the New York State Athletic Commission, who can be a little bit problematic. Hi, if you guys are joining us, please say hi in the chat so we know who's here. I'm DHamaguchi. I'm a pro fighter. You can watch the live stream of my workout this morning. It's look for the bright yellow thumbnails. Hi. Sorry, can't figure out what your name is, but hi. Thanks for saying hi. I'm good. How are you doing? All right, here we go. 6 rounds scheduled for 10. This is Manny Rodriguez from Puerto Rico taking on Fernando Diaz. Manny is 22-3, and Fernando is 16-6-1. Oh, thank you so much, Gianna. I really appreciate that. I'm a puppy lover too, so right now I don't have a puppy though. I just have a cat. All right, Manny is staying right on top of Fernando. He's the one applying the pressure, kind of forcing Fernando back to the perimeter, back into the corner. Manny's really just using his footwork and pressure. That in that sense, he's not no one's throwing a lot of punches at the moment. Single jab there from Manny. Fernando also with single jabs. Nice rapid counter jab by Manny right there. Good attempt at a 1-2 from Manny. Then he goes for the hook and misses as Fernando weaves right underneath to escape. Both men back in the center ring. but a lot of single jabs being thrown, single punches. Diaz lands a nice lead right hand. Single jab from Diaz. Lots of body shifting from Diaz. Another single jab from Diaz. Rodriguez with a 1-2 attempt that doesn't quite land flush. I don't think either man can afford to take their foot off the gas at this moment. We're in the 6th round, scheduled for 10. Diaz has thrown a lot of touch jabs, feeling out jabs. They're not really meant to land or do any damage. Diaz is also starting to do some nice body shifting now to avoid Rodriguez's punches. Nice jab to the body attempt by Diaz. We'd like to see a little more output from Manny, and just then Diaz snaps Manny's head back with a jab. Not good optics. We have less than 30 seconds to go here. Not quite enough output from Rodriguez, who is most definitely the A side in this matchup. As I was saying before, the promoter is from Puerto Rico, and the A side of all these matchups are also from Puerto Rico. So Juan Ivan Orengo, the promoter, definitely has some juice behind him in order to be able to pull off a card in New York City. So, good for him. I should backtrack a little bit. Not everyone on the card on the A side is Puerto Rican. There was a local fellow, Aryan Iseni, who is, I believe, Albanian. Let me just double check. Oh, he's American, from Staten Island, but I believe he is of Albanian descent. He moved to 5-0, undefeated still. After the ref stopped his opponent after the 3rd round. I think Aryan Iseni dropped his opponent at least 3 times, and it might have been on the 4th drop that the ref stopped it. Alright, we just saw footage of both Subriel MATIAS and Dalton Smith getting wrapped up for their title bout. Alright, here we go. 7th round, scheduled for 10 between Manny Rodriguez from Puerto Rico and Fernando Diaz from the US. This is a bantamweight matchup. Diaz is starting to pick up the pressure now. Starting to load up on his punches. He's starting to catch Rodriguez with some good power shots. Nice hooks. Rodriguez is just covering up on the inside, not firing back. Shakes his head at Diaz as if to say he's not hurting him. He's not doing anything. He's just got the earmuffs on, and then he goes for a couple of overhooks. So it's really Fernando Diaz perhaps starting to take over in this fight. 1 minute into this 7th round, scheduled for 10. Now the men are standing toe-to-toe, starting to get a little chippy, as the Brits like to say. How are you doing, Derek? We're here to talk about combat sports. Well, finally, Rodriguez fires it back as his back is against the ropes, but both men standing toe-to-toe at the moment, doing a little grappling and hitting. So Fernando Diaz is from Riverside, California, and he is fighting Mexican style now. He's got applying tons of pressure to Diaz. He's got Diaz against the ropes. Overhand right, short left hook, grab a couple underhooks, use your head to apply pressure, and the men are still standing toe-to-toe as they navigate off the ropes into the center of the ring. This is definitely Diaz's round, with under a minute to go. Finally, Manny fires back with a nice left body shot, but there's just not enough volume from Rodriguez at this point. Again, Diaz has Rodriguez against the ropes. The undefeated is clearly the A side on this card, but I guess Diaz didn't get the memo that he's supposed to lose this fight. Oh my goodness. Series of left hooks, right uppercuts, right hands. Manny gets in one little short right uppercut, and that's the bell. Diaz starting to pull ahead in this fight. So will we see an upset here? Fernando Diaz refusing to lose to the A side, Emmanuel Rodriguez. So I can tell you this much, if Fernando Diaz comes from Riverside, that's basically part of Los Angeles area, he's fighting in LA, he's sparring in LA, he's getting all his work in LA, and as a bantamweight there's tons of good work for him to get great sparring in that area. Welcome to the live stream, guys. Hi, Carlo. So I take it you're a UFC fan, huh, Carlo? Okay, here we go. This is turning into be a nice fight here. Good action. Round 8 scheduled for 10. Fernando Diaz, the B side in this matchup, did not get the memo, and he's taking it to Manny Rodriguez, the A side undefeated fighter. They're standing toe to toe. Manny Rodriguez is trying to get in a few body shots, but then he starts to grapple. Diaz is fine with that. He just tries to hit with his free hand. Almost went for a guillotine there. Oh, nice short little left hook from Diaz. Oh, right hook, left uppercut, left hook. Really nice inside work by Fernando Diaz. Now this is the type of boxing that you only develop this in live sparring. You're not going to develop this on a bag or doing mitts with somebody. It's a mixture of grappling and boxing. I do not speak Japanese, I only speak English. Right, just under 2 minutes to go here in this 8th round, scheduled for 10. Manny Rodriguez out of Puerto Rico, taking it to Fernando Diaz at this point. Finally turned it back on here. Manny's now putting his punches together after taking off the last round and the first half of this round. Both men using their heads as weapons here. Diaz with a nice little short right uppercut forces Rodriguez back to the ropes, but Rodriguez just pushes his way off the ropes. Hi, John. How are you doing? Rodriguez with a nice right body shot and then a series of right hand left hooks to the head. I'm not sure why Rodriguez wants to stand toe to toe with Diaz, but you know, maybe it's one of those mas macho things. Diaz with some nice little right uppercuts, right hands. Nice left hook right on the inside here. Rodriguez grabs an underhook, attempts to spin Diaz around a bit, but Diaz has him up against the ropes. Rodriguez forces away off the ropes and pushes Diaz back, but Diaz storms back forward. There's a 10-second warning bell. The men start to grapple again. Nice jab from Rodriguez. And there we go. So will Diaz be able to close out the final 2 rounds strong? If he can, you know, he might be able to pull off the upset here. This has turned out to be a more entertaining fight than I anticipated. right, Manny Rodriguez's corner is telling him that his opponent is tired. And Manny did land some nice shots there. Nice series combination. And that was at mid-range rather than from standing toe-to-toe. That's a good distance for Rodriguez, not toe-to-toe. That's what his opponent wants. His opponent is a shorter guy, so he wants to be right inside. All right, guys, we are watching boxing live from Brooklyn, New York. No UFC card on tonight, so this is what we're doing. The main event is Subriel MATIAS versus Dalton Smith. So are any of my UK fans in the house? All right, here we go. Ninth round out of 10, scheduled for 10. Manny Rodriguez from Puerto Rico takes on Fernando Diaz from Riverside, California. In other words, Los Angeles, California. Again, the men are now standing toe-to-toe, doing a little grappling. This is where Diaz wants to fight. He's got Rodriguez right up against the ropes again. Diaz making it a rough fight here. A rough and tumble fight. Left body head shot by Diaz. Rodriguez fires back a couple shots, pushes Diaz off the ropes. The men are now back in center ring. Nice three-punch combination by Rodriguez. Oh, nice left body, left head shot by Rodriguez. But again, not sure why Fernando wants to stand toe-to-toe here. Or Manny wants to stand toe-to-toe, rather. Hi, John. How are you doing? Hi, Red Moose. Okay, now we're at a little more mid-range, which is more Manny Rodriguez's distance. But Diaz is also fairly comfortable here. He works his way in. Rodriguez starting to catch Diaz as Diaz tries to close distance, and then they fall into some clinching. Diaz is determined, though. Nice 1-2 from Diaz. Nice jab, right uppercut, rather, from Diaz. Oh, nice one, right body shot by Manny. And also a nice straight right hand by Manny. Lead left hook. In the closing seconds of this penultimate round, Rodriguez is starting to come alive. And that's the bell. Alright, so the judges will probably give Diaz a few rounds. But I expect Manny to get the decision here. Alright, are you guys into combat sport? Do you like boxing, MMA? All right, here we go, last round. It's funny, Diaz's nickname is Leoncito, and he kind of does look like a baby lion. All right, here we go, back in action here, final round. Well, I would say Diaz is given a good showing of himself. And as they like to say, the boxing powers that be will use him again as an opponent, because he's put on a good show, as they say. Right now, Diaz is applying the pressure to Manny. Manny's moving around the ring, nice and light on his feet, bouncing. They fall into a grappling. Diaz is hunting Rodriguez down. Rodriguez is very fleet of foot, just maneuvers out of the way. When Diaz closes distance, he starts to clinch a little bit. Rodriguez with a jab, pivot, circle around. Again, nice footwork. Nate Diaz and Manny Gamburian. Yeah, was that the one where, I thought that was the one where Manny's shoulder dislocated, I think. In the final of The Ultimate Fighter, whatever. Alright, here we got Fernando and Manny kind of starting to grapple again here. There's only half a round left though, so they really shouldn't resort to grappling. Rodriguez with 2 underhooks and the ref separates them. Oh, really nice defensive motion by Fernando. Nice 1-2. See, this is what I thought he would do the entire fight, which is stick to the outside, be fleet of foot, and just pick Diaz off from a distance like that with his jab and then move. Because this is more the longer, lankier man's fight. Diaz is relentless though, he forces his way in. Oh, nice 2 body shots and an uppercut by Diaz. Classic combination. Both men are in great shape, you know, punching hard, putting their punches together, combinations right to the last bell here with less than 20 seconds to go. Serge Grigorian? Armin fight? Which Armin fight? Here we go with Rodriguez moving away right at the end, and the men hug it up at the end. That was a really good fight. So props to Fernando Diaz for coming in shape. And I think Manny Rodriguez will be given the decision here, since he's the A side. But Diaz did put on a good show for himself. Sarukian versus Palmer. Was that the BJJ fight or something? Surge, was that a BJJ fight? I honestly didn't catch it either. Alright guys, we're here to talk about combat sports. Hopefully you're a combat sport fan. We are watching boxing live from Barclays Center in New York. And we just saw a decent 10-round fight between Fernando Diaz and Manny Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes over to acknowledge the corner of Manny Diaz. Good show of sportsmanship there. We're going to wait for the final decision here to be announced. So I think Fernando Diaz put on a good show for himself. So I hope he gets more fight offers. His probably going to wind up being 16-7-1 in a moment, but nevertheless, he is the type of fighter a promoter wants. Yes, so pretty much a clean sweep. I disagree. It wasn't. They only gave Fernando Diaz one round. One judge gave Diaz 3 rounds. I think that's more fair. But nevertheless, I think Diaz knows he's the B-side. He knows he's got to get a KO to get a win. So it is what it is. I hope he got a got paid well for his efforts. So I would say for a 10-rounder, televised, he should be getting hopefully 10 to 20 grand for that, but you know, I don't know. All right, so post-fight in the ring interview, just waiting for this main event. Subriel MATIAS and Dalton Smith. Not really interested in all the jibber-jabber. No offense to Manny Rodriguez, but I don't really know much about his career, so I'm not super interested in what he has to say next. Subriel Matias and Dalton Smith is the main event on this card. You may not feel it deserves to be the main event, but it is what it is. It is actually for a WBC 140-pound belt, so there you go. Now, if you 995 it, hey, you know, maybe you and Dana White are on the same page in terms of feeling like boxing is broken. I mean, that's a whole separate conversation, but you know, yeah, I get it. The fact that you feel like Subriel Matias and Dalton Smith aren't deserving to be on the main event, okay, but it is for a world title, and you could say, well, hey, there's too many world titles, and then yeah, there are. Okay, so just to add to your point there, 95, Manny Rodriguez, when pressed for a name to call someone out, he mentioned someone I don't even know. So it's like, okay, because he said that guy holds a world title. All right, so, you know, whatever. You know, we got an unknown guy calling out another unknown guy who happens to hold the belt. Right, props to Fernando Diaz for coming on, because you know, he got dropped in the first round, I think, early in this fight, and he was able to come on strong in the middle to late rounds And he definitely had his moments in the fight here. Diaz showed us that he was more comfortable on the inside than Rodriguez. All right, we're here to talk about boxing and MMA. Right now we're watching a boxing card. Waiting for this main event, Subriel MATIAS and Dalton Smith. Guys, remember your support helps, so you're welcome to leave a jewel or a super up here. Every penny helps. I don't know if some of you guys have those jewels available, but they're always fun when the gifts pop up on the live stream, so don't be shy. All right, so now we have a stand-up interview with Amanda Serrano. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that. 2026. Love it. So cool. Oh, wow, you're right. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the 2026. That was awesome. Did you guys watch the fight with Amanda Serrano and a woman named Tellez, I think? She took that fight on short notice. I thought she was going to get stopped like right away. Hi, LB for life. 75. How are you? Thanks for the cute little emojis. Did anybody watch that fight with Amanda Serrano? Just wondering. I'm glad. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys are doing well. Guys, if you're on this live stream, please say hi. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Bonnie Squad. Hey, how are you doing? Thank you so much. Oh wow, you're right for those for the 2026. My favorite fighter of all time is Archie Moore. Did you know he had over 140 knockouts? Okay, do you guys know who Victoria Brito is? Bleached blonde, 80s punk hairstyle. That's kind of cool. Kind of weird to be chewing gum while you're doing a stand-up interview, in my opinion. Kind of weird to be wearing sunglasses inside at night. All right, guys, I'll leave it up to you. Who the heck is Victoria Brito? I don't know the guy who's interviewing her either. Thank you so much. We're actually here to talk about boxing and MMA, so hopefully you guys are all combat sport fans. All right, right now we're on commercial break. The promoter is called Fresh Productions. The promoter, his name is Juan Ivan Orengo. And as I was saying earlier, I'm a little surprised that a relatively small and unknown promoter is able to pull off a boxing card in New York, because you have to deal with the New York State Athletic Commission, and he's putting it on at the Barclays Center, which cannot be an easy feat. Oh, you love UFC? Okay, so who do you have? Patty versus Justin. Who do you have? Amanda versus Kayla. Oh, yeah. I think that White House UFC card is going to be like a once-in-a-lifetime type event, right? So that's pretty cool. Hopefully, they are able to broadcast it to all of us minions live, right? And but I'm super interested to see how Amanda comes back. I hope she's in great shape. I hope she's put in hard sparring rounds. Do I think Conor will fight? That's a great question. I think Trump wants him to fight. I'm sure Conor wants to fight, but it's like He's been out for so long, and it's literally about 6 months away. So the question is, can he get it together in time? I mean, only he knows that. I don't know how much he's partying. I don't know how much he's training. Okay, here we go. We're getting ready for the main event, but first, of course, they got to listen to a bunch of stand-up stuff. The only people I recognize on this stand-up are Raul Marquez and Oscar Valdez. Interesting that they had them all wear black suits. Either black or very dark blue. So I guess they told them to dress for a funeral or something? I don't know. Oh man, I hope we're not going to kill too much time here because it's going on 8 o'clock. What fights are you guys looking forward to? LB for life, are you looking forward to any of the fights on UFC 324? How do you think Sugar Sean's going to look against Song Yadong? Alright, we're showing a little background on Subriel MATIAS, showing him training at Gleason's gym. Yeah, at Gleason's gym, I guess that was all like for fight week. I thought Subriel tested positive for something, and I guess I heard it was like it wasn't enough to actually penalize him, so. Showing Matias in the locker room. Looks like he's greased up, but he hasn't quite broken a sweat. I'm not sure what he's doing right now. He's gloved up. Interesting, they're matching him up with who they're matching him up with, I think. All right. LB for life. Do you want to see Conor fight? Well, we're now showing footage of Dalton Smith training at Gleason's gym. We're showing Smith getting his shoes, putting his shoes on. Not gloved up yet, but he has gotten his wrap signed. Alright guys, thanks for joining me. Please say hi if you're here. We are watching boxing live out of Brooklyn, New York. Subriel Matias is taking on Dalton Smith. Subriel Matias from Puerto Rico is fighting Dalton Smith from the UK. Hi, thank you, UU99 I'm not sure how to say everybody's usernames like that, but I'm glad you're joining us from Chicago. Are you a boxing or MMA fan? Oh, Julius. Okay, cool. Thanks for joining us, Julius. Hey Raymond, thanks for joining us. We're watching Subriel MATIAS is about to take on Dalton Smith. So, what fights are you guys looking forward to in 2026? Julius, who are your favorite fighters? Alright, still back in the change room. We're really waiting for these fighters to get brought out to the ring. Right now we're just watching footage of Subriel MATIAS kind of chatting with his corner. He's putting on his robe, or actually it's just a vest. Kind of a cool outfit. Putting on his rosary, I think. Or it's a chain. I thought it was a rosary. Right, still waiting for this fight to get going here. Matias looks like he's ready to go. Probably just waiting for the cue to start making his way to the ring. Seems fairly relaxed and at ease in the Matias locker room. Matias is one of Matias's cornermen gives him a little sip of water. Smith has yet to get dressed. I don't know what's going on. He's not gloved up, or maybe that's just not quite live footage. Showing Smith shadowboxing. He's got his rosary on. Shadowboxing in his underwear with a rosary. Alright, takes a sip of water. Alright guys, which fights are you looking forward to this year, 2026? Julius, who's your favorite fighter? We're still listening to these four talking heads talk, although I'm not listening to them. I've got them turned on low. Oh, I think Matias's little girl has on some pink boxing gloves. Kind of hanging out in the change room with them. I see. The logo for Fresh Productions is a jaguar. Or a panther. Jaguar, I guess. So that explains why Matias always has a jaguar-like head on his trunks or somewhere as a logo. Either that or he's co-promoting the event. I don't know how this. I'm not really sure. All right, guys, we're watching a boxing event We're waiting for this main event, Subriel MATIAS versus Dalton Smith. So Dalton's mentions Ricky Hatton, Joe Calzaghe. I guess Dalton's point is he knows that at some point he has to come across a pond to try himself out in the United States of America. Well, tonight he gets to do that, but against a Puerto Rican fighter, not an American fighter. I think Dalton is Eddie Hearn's fighter, correct? Alright guys, don't be shy. If you're enjoying the live stream and the videos on this channel, please feel free to leave a super chat or some jewels. Yes, Mariko43, I am a fighter. You can, if you go down to the description, there's a link to my fights, one of my fights, or if you just go to the channel, you can see my fights under the fights playlist. They're all purple thumbnails, so look for those. Alright, here we go. Dalton Smith is making his ring walk. So hopefully in a few minutes we'll be underway with this card, with this fight rather, the main event for the WBC 140-pound belt. Dalton Smith is taking on Subriel Matias. And there's definitely some Dalton Smith fans in the crowd.
Dalton Smith first stepped inside the Steel City Boxing Club with his father Grant standing alongside him. He probably dreamt of a moment just like this, dreaming of following in the footsteps of Sheffield world champions like the Special Ahmed and like Johnny.
All right, here we go. Dalton Smith is making his walk. He's dressed in royal blue. Dalton hails from Sheffield in the UK. I'm in the USA, yes. I'm in Southern California. All right, Dalton Smith in royal blue with white fringe. Not sure if that's kind of a tribute to Ricky Hatton. That white fringe that Ricky always wore on his aqua and black trunks. Smith looked hyped up. That's good. Here comes Subriel Matias. He's wearing kind of multicolored orange-red. And I guess that's his daughter. She's got an identical ring outfit. That's very cute. Good for her. She's got on her own boxing gloves. Showing some highlights of Matias. We're showing some little bit of footage of him training at Gleason's gym. Alright, so Dalton Smith is already in the ring, has been in the ring for a couple minutes now. Alright, so Subriel is from Fajardo, Puerto Rico. Okay, so Subriel makes his ring walk with his daughter right in front of him. Oh my goodness, he stops to take a selfie with a fan in the crowd. That's crazy. Takes another selfie. Oh, plenty of Puerto Rican fans in New York City, that's for sure. Hopefully he doesn't stop for selfies, or we could be here for a while. Oh, yet another selfie. Matias enters the ring, acknowledges the officials, his promoter. The rest of Matias's corner also enters the ring. The ref checks out Matias's gloves. Guys, if you're here on the live, please say hi so we know who's here. My name's DHamaguchi. I'm a pro fighter. You can see some of my fights on this channel. Look for the videos with the purple thumbnails. Alright, finally Jimmy Lennon makes the announcement. In all honesty, I'm starting to fade a little bit, guys, but I do hope we see a good tear up here. Dalton Smith and Subriel MATIAS. Dalton Smith looks pretty hyped up. I think he knows this is his opportunity to seize that world title belt that he's probably been chasing since he started his pro career. Yeah, I know my glasses reflect stuff, but I can't do much about that. I wonder if Jimmy Lennon Jr. has the copyright to It's Showtime. What do you guys think? Buffer has it. Let's Get Ready to Rumble. He's got the copyright on that, so no one else can say it. I guess since Showtime got out of the boxing business, anybody else can say Showtime? I don't know. Right, Dalton Smith is undefeated. He's 18-0 with 13 KOs. But will that experience be enough for him to step up to the plate and take it to Subriel MATIAS? Oh, plenty of UK fans in the audience, it looks like. Now, let's not forget, Subriel lost to Liam Paro uh, for the IBF super lightweight belt. So, remember, Matias is 23-2 with 22 KOs. Thanks for joining us, guys. My name's DHamaguchi. I'm a pro fighter. I enjoy doing these live watch parties. I enjoy doing boxing breakdowns. I also do live commentary for the main UFC cards, so we're definitely going to do UFC 324 in a couple weeks. Okay, fighters come to the center of the ring to touch gloves. Dalton looks kind of revved up and a little aggressive. Matias is 33 years old, and Dalton has a 5-year age advantage on him at age 28. He also has the height advantage of 2 inches. They're equal in reach, and they weighed in about the same. So let's see if the age and height makes a difference for Dalton. Here we go, the first round, first bell. Both Dalton Smith and Subriel are fighting out of orthodox stance. Smith opens up with a jab right hand. Matias responds with a single jab. Smith goes down to the body for a couple of shots. Both men standing center ring. Single jabs from Matias. Jab, jab right hand from Dalton. Double jab from Dalton. Smith using nice footwork to move around, move away. Nice jab from Smith. Both men throw simultaneous jabs there. Smith is being the more active fighter here in this opening round. Nice jab, jab hook from Smith. Then he jabs down to the body. Lateral movement. Lead right hand, double jab from Smith. Jab to the body, jab upstairs from Smith. Smith doing most of the work right now. Halfway through this opening round. Subriel's choosing to just hold center, follow Dalton Smith around as Dalton navigates the perimeter of the ring. Smith with a jab to the body and then comes right back upstairs. Smith with an overhand right to a jab. Subriel MATIAS maintaining a good, right then gets his head popped back with one of Dalton Smith's jabs. Matias, high double guard, again gets knocked back with a jab. Smith with a jab right hand. So nice opening round for Dalton. Single jab and then he circles away lateral. Nice lead left hook from Dalton Smith. Subriel with a little couple double jabs. Yeah, lobster relevant. I also like Smith jab. He's doing well with it. Yeah, first round definitely to Smith. Question is, can he keep this up? Hopefully he can. All right, Lobster 11. Are you from the UK, or are you just very, very much a boxing fan? And Matias's corner is asking him to use the jab. They're calling for long jab, then right hand. And counters.
We see Dalton. Smith landed a nice overhand right. Set it up with the jab. Overhand
Yeah. Dalton Smith was very effective that round. He had a good, they showed the highlight of him landing a good overhand right. Here we go, second round for the WBC 140-pound belt. Both men standing right center of the ring. They fall in and a couple of underhooks from Smith. But Smith right back to work in center ring. Jab, jab right hand. Oh, he's starting to get caught a little bit, though, by Matias. Hi, Huang. How are you? Lobster, you consider yourself a boxing casual? That's funny. Okay, Smith moving around laterally. And Matias just staying right on top of him. Matias throws up the high double. Gets his jabs going, and then Smith grabs some underhooks and walks Matias backwards. Nice jab right hand by Smith. Nice little body shift by Smith. But then he starts to grab. I don't know if Subriel MATIAS is a slow starter, but he's going to have to get going at some point. All right, Cowboy, we're just here to talk about combat sports. Center ring, Subriel starting to open up. He's throwing a lot of little short, choppy hooks. Dalton gets a couple underhooks. Dalton with a nice body shot. Dalton with a nice little right uppercut. A Subriel with lots of little short hooks on the inside. Nice right uppercut by Dalton, and then he grabs a couple underhooks. Little right uppercut by Smith. Right hand, left hook. Right hand, jab, right hand from Smith. So I really like how Smith is mixing up his punch variety. I'm not sure if Matias is just biding his time to look for specific openings. But at this point, certainly Smith is the one putting out more output. Oh, nice little left hook from Subriel. And that's the bell. We could give that round to Smith as well, though that was a better round for Matias. Yeah, Matias had some nice little short hooks there, but I don't know if that was quite enough to win the round. It looks like Matias's corner was calling for some body shots. I couldn't really tell. Couldn't really hear the instructions there. Dalton right away with a jab, right hand jab, and then grabs an underhook and an overhook. Ooh, hard left hook from Dalton Smith. But Matias is doing well right on the inside here with tons of little short hooks. Turning into a chippy fight as Smith grabs an overhook and Subriel hits him with his free hand. Yeah, I would agree, Lobster, that Dalton started out fast, so he um, may have not paced himself very well here. Dalton with some hard jab right hands, and then he grabs an underhook. Matias tries to fight back with his free hand. The ref wants to talk to both of them. Nice classic jab, straight right hand from Dalton Smith, but he gets caught with a left hook from Subriel. Subriel might be starting to time Dalton. Dalton has Subriel pressed up against the ropes. Dalton using his head to apply pressure as well. Both Smith and Subriel are standing toe-to-toe with Subriel has his back against the ropes. 1-2 from Smith, another 1-2. Subriel's throwing his right hand. The ref is admonishing Smith, I'm not sure for what. Short little left hook from Smith. Again, they fall in to grappling range. Nice right hand from Smith. Oh, nice exchange right in the final half of this round. The fighters go toe to toe. This is what the audience wants to see. Oh, nice left hook right hand by Smith right at the bell. Okay, let's see if we can listen in here. All right, two voices in the corner. The translator's saying, Matias's corner is saying, punch where you're walking, or something like that. I'm not quite sure. I think Matias is starting to feel or find Dalton Smith's distance, though. Because he's landing at mid-range and he's landing on the inside as well. But Dalton Smith is in terrific shape. Again, Dalton Smith opens up with a 1-2 and then falls into a clinch. The referee's verbally admonishing him again, because again he falls into a clinch. Subriel, nice high double guard, as Dalton tries to land his jab right hand. Lobster, yeah, it is a good fight. Oh, nice little right hook by Dalton Smith. Jab right hand by Smith. Right hook by Smith. Right jab, or left jab rather. Nice jab left hook by Smith. Oh, nice 1-2, but Matias count from Smith, and Matias counters with the right hand. Oh, nice right uppercut, left hook, and series of right uppercut, left hooks from Smith. He gets caught by Matias on the way out. Oh. Men are toe-to-toe right now. The crowd is loving this. This is a good toss-up, good tear-up. Smith has Matias pinned in the red corner. Referee separates him. Dalton with a nice series of power jabs. He grabs an overhook, tries to come back with a left hook. And Matias is throwing some nice short little hooks right on the inside there. Nice jab there from Matias. 2 punches and he pivots off. Matias starting to get a little cute. Nice little left hook there from Dalton Smith. Less than 20 seconds to go here in this 4th round, scheduled for 12. I like how Matias is pivoting out to his counterclockwise and then landing a little right hand. Classic stuff. And they're punching to the bell. Looks like Smith has a small cut on his left eyebrow or eyelid. Let's see if they give us, the cameraman gives us an angle of the cut. Cameraman's on the wrong side of the ring to be able to see that though. The highlights showing Dalton Smith land or throw a right hand, left hook. And then we're seeing Matias come back with a left hook, right hand, left hook. All right, here we go. This is turning into a good scrap. Round 5. Oh, nice 1-2 from Dalton Smith. Another nice 1-2. Goodness gracious, Dalton's really caught Matias there with a couple of hard shots as they stand toe-to-toe. Body shots to right hand by Matias. Matias likes those choppy little short hooks on the inside. Seems to be what he favors. Oh man, Dalton Smith is in such good shape. As soon as Matias is done firing on him, he just comes right back, ties Matias up. Nice 1-2 from Dalton Smith. Repeated 1-2s from Dalton Smith. Then he grabs an underhook. Body shot to left hook. And Dalton Smith eats Matias's left hooks. Starting to look like Ward Gotti here. Dalton Smith has Matias press up against the ropes. I wonder if Dalton took his nickname Thunder from Arturo Thunder Gotti. Dalton Smith has Matias still against the ropes. Smith using his head a little bit. Matias catches him with a little short left hook. The referee decides to separate him, move him back to center ring. Right away, Smith is right back on his jab, 1-2. Then he closes in and Matias tries to throw with his free hand. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Dalton Smith lands a hard 1-2. Matias nods at him And he drops Matias with the right hand. Matias is out flat on his back for a moment. At 7, he's on his knees. 8, he pops up. He bounces up to beat the count, and the ref waves it off. Oh my goodness. Dalton Smith is the new champion of the world. Dalton Smith did it. He's the 140-pound WBC champion of the world. Props to him. He's on the canvas. His trainer's hugging him. I'm sure they're both crying. Wow. That's amazing. Dalton Smith just dethroned Subriel MATIAS with that right hand. Holy cow. He dropped him. Matias was flat on his back. Matias got up to one knee, which is a smart thing to do. He popped up and he was completely unstable. He did beat the count, but the ref just immediately waved it off as soon as he popped up because he was way off balance. Wow, yeah, what a finish, Lobster. Holy cow. I don't know how much of an underdog Dalton Smith was, but just the way he carried himself, you could tell he was in shape. Wow, that's amazing. Well, God Smith pulled the upset. Is that Eddie Hearn in the ring? Eddie Hearn is everywhere. Wow, I hope they show a replay of just the final moments there. Good for him, Dalton Smith. He did it. He was the underdog for sure in this fight. And he walks out of there as a world champion. Okay, here we go. Replay. Beautiful 1-2, rocks Subriel, another 1-2, rocks him again. Subriel nods. Dalton Smith complies and throws another 1-2, which drops him flat out on his back. He stumbles to his knee and then he rolls over right on his back with his arms out. Shakes it off, pushes himself up to one knee, and at that point the count is at 7. So when he pushes himself up at 8, he's all off balance, and the ref just immediately waves it off, doesn't even give him a chance to finish the count, come towards me, go this way, go that way, none of that. An incredible finish to quite the fight. So guys, if your friends missed this fight, they should, this was not one to miss. You know, you're going to want to watch the replay if you didn't see the whole fight. All right, so congratulations, Dalton Smith, the WBC 140-pound champion of the world. You were the underdog. You came all the way across the pond to face Subriel MATIAS in Brooklyn, New York, as the B-side. Wow. Stopped him in the first half of the fight. Early contender for fight of the year. Yeah, it might. It's still only January, right? We're not even halfway through January, but I sure hope he gets his props. Good job, Dalton Smith. I'd love to know if he's calling himself Thunder in homage to Arturo Gatti. Oh yeah, Dalton definitely showed a lot of heart. He also showed a lot of discipline. You can tell he just stuck to his 1-2, and then when he wanted to, he grappled, right? He grabbed that underhook. He's also in great condition to be able to take the shots for Matias and weather the storm like that. So, all right, guys. So that was it. That was the surprise conclusion, perhaps, when the underdog won. I appreciate you guys so much for joining me. Thank you so much to, sorry, I gotta scroll back here. Thank you so much to, oh wow, you're right, who sent a super, oops, hold on. And thank you all for joining me. Please do remember to subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we do our next live. Check out some of my fights. Check out some of my lifts, which are in the shorts. If you appreciate the grind, you're always welcome to leave a super thanks or a gift on any of those videos. Every penny helps, so I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, cheers. Thanks, Lobster. Appreciate you joining us. Jordan Clay. I don't know what team you're cheering for, but I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for joining me.